Hello everyone, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Meg, and today we're just gonna do a super chilled out garden harvest. It is late summer here in North Carolina. It's the end of August, so the garden is still very abundant. And as I've said in my previous videos, it has just been so miserable to be out here. It's been so hot, it's been so humid. Honestly, the garden has pretty much been fending for itself for the past month and a half. But today we have like the perfect fall feeling day. It's not hot at all today. There's like this breeze in the air and it just feels like fall, you know? Apparently it's very short-lived because we're having another heat wave next week where it's gonna get back up into the 90s. So I'm taking advantage of this beautiful day and I'm gonna do some long overdue harvesting. And there's a lot to harvest, so let's get to it. I'm gonna start off with all this corn. This corn patch has been through it. It's been so many storms. It was in Hurricane Debbie, and so that's why a lot of the stalks are kind of blown over a bit. I have all of these bamboo stakes with string to kind of try to, I don't even know what I was trying to do. I was just trying to keep them from falling over, and it somewhat worked. I know the corn is ready to harvest because the silks are all dried up. We are gonna open this one up and test it out. It looks like a smaller cob. This one feels like it was pollinated pretty well, but this one feels like it wasn't. This is what it looks like, and yeah, it didn't get pollinated all the way, but there's still some kernels on there. It just wasn't pollinated very well. I'm gonna try it though. Oh my gosh, that's so good. Raw corn is actually so good. I don't even need to grill it. It's corn. A big lump of knobs. It has the juice. Wonder where that kid is now. Like, wonder what he's doing. I love him. Of course, my neighbor's gonna start mowing his lawn. I swear, I think he waits until he hears me talking to myself in my yard and then he starts mowing. Like, I think he does it on purpose. I don't know. I mean, it's a nice day for mowing, I guess. I can't blame him. Here's another one I opened. So this variety that I planted here is called the Ultraviolet hybrid from Burpee. And look at how pretty it is. So pretty and purple. I'm kind of ripping these whole plants out while I'm harvesting because I need to use this garden bed for fall stuff. I'm grabbing what tomatillos I can because the tomatillo tower is not doing so hot. I have no idea what's wrong with it, but it's just very limp and it's not a watering issue. I don't know. I guess it's just decided that it's done for the season. I'm at least picking enough to have like one more round of salsa verde or enchiladas suizas, so I'm happy. Cherry tomatoes. This is pretty cool. This is a tomato hornworm, but do you see all of the white things on its back? Those are parasitic wasp eggs. Every time I see a hornworm with parasitic wasp eggs on its back, I always leave it. I don't touch it. I don't do anything. Because the parasitic wasp eggs are eventually gonna kill the hornworm for me. Like you see here, this one definitely looks dead or dying. Just leaving it to let nature do what it's gonna do is the best thing you could do for your garden. You're just helping the growth of the parasitic wasp population in your garden. And I'm telling you, parasitoid wasps are the best friends you could ever have in the garden. The wasp lays its eggs on the back of the hornworm, and basically those larvae hatch and they kind of eat the hornworm. So it's kind of brutal, but it's also kind of cool to see nature work like that, and cool to see that like nature has our back. This is pretty much my philosophy when it comes to gardening. Everyone always asks me, what do you do for pest control? I'm an organic gardener, and that kind of stuff is my pest control. I like to just attract beneficial insects that are going to take care of the pests for me. I always try to treat my backyard garden as an ecosystem first and foremost. I like to say that I am taking food out of the equation, and when you take food out of the equation, you realize that you can grow much more food than you could ever grow before because you're keeping your backyard ecosystem balanced. Also, I just want to say, because I think there's a misconception about parasitoid wasps. When I say that, they're not like the big wasp that are really aggressive and try to sting you. I don't know what those wasps are called, but these are very, very teeny tiny wasps. Like, they're like flies and they don't sting you. A lot of people get scared when I say parasitoid wasp. Don't be scared. They're harmless. They're your friends. They're your helpers. Don't be scared of them. Embrace them. I'm gonna grab the jalapenos that are tucked back in here. This was such a bad place to plant these because they're just getting kind of shaded out by everything else in here. Go ahead and pick up the ground cherries. I usually save these for last, but I don't know, I'm over here. I might as well just go ahead and grab them. I'm definitely gonna have a better system for these next year. I'm gonna maybe put like a tarp under them. One of you guys actually suggested that to me, and I was like, that's brilliant. How have I never thought about that before? Definitely wish I would have thought about that before now, because these are just so annoying to hand pick off the ground. You guys remember this area, right? I'm gonna have to go back there again. If you don't remember, this is a new bed and I way overplanted it. Didn't give myself enough room to really get back there. And now there's just a ton of spiders back there. Like, I can get back there. It's just kind of scary because everything's so overgrown and there's spiders. So I'm gonna try to harvest everything I can here in the front first. Also, you guys, look at all this basil. This year has been a basil year. I've never been able to grow basil like this. It is just perfect. No powdery mildew whatsoever. So the variety is called Prospera F1 and it's from High Mowing. I'll link it in the description because it is seriously the best basil. I think everybody needs to get it. Especially if you have issues with powdery mildew on your basil. I've never been able to grow basil like this, where it's just a huge bush and it's just so perfect. Like, there's literally not a blemish in sight. Here in the South, basil gets powdery mildew really fast. Like, I've never been able to grow it past just a tiny little plant. I really need to harvest all of this and process it in some way. I would harvest it today, but I'm going out of town for the weekend and I know that it wouldn't like store well in the fridge or anything, so I'm gonna wait till I come back and then maybe I'll make that like a whole separate video. I'm gonna get whatever peppers I can find up front here. There are lots of red serranos in here, so I'm gonna grab all of these. I'm only gonna grab the red ones. I'm gonna leave the green ones. I kind of want to make another hot sauce with the red ones. This serrano plant is just all over the place. Every time I think I've searched the whole plant, I'm like, oh, there's like a whole other part of it over here. Like this one. Oh my gosh. So many serranos. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, I just got a little too wild and I just broke off the whole tip of that. A lot of peppers in here. These are like Italian roasting peppers. They're sweet and there's a bunch of these. But then looking underneath it, there's a bunch of these Thai chili peppers that are turning red. So I'm just gonna go ahead and grab all of these that I possibly can. I just dropped one into the abyss. it might be gone forever. I don't know if I can get that. Okay, I'm coming back here, but I can't even get through here because there are so many pepper plants that are just falling over. I'm gonna have to hoist them up a little bit, but it's mainly this jalapeno plant and this Italian roasting pepper. There's a large eggplant back here that I definitely want to get though, as well as some of these jalapenos, because I need to make cowboy candy and I need to make my jalapeno hot sauce. I have a video on that if you want to know what my secret sauce is, because trust me, it's so, so, so good. You can make a red version with red jalapenos, or you can make a green with green jalapenos. My roselle has not bloomed yet. I'm so ready to make hibiscus tea or sorrel, or however you say it there's different countries call it different things. But it hasn't bloomed yet, and I didn't know. This is my first year growing it, and I didn't know that it takes so long to bloom. I Googled it, and it was like, oh yeah, it doesn't bloom until late summer, early fall. And I'm like, okay, well, no wonder it's not blooming yet, but I need it to hurry up, hurry up. There are so many of these like Italian roasting peppers back here. I don't even remember the variety of this pepper. I just know it's some type of Italian roasting pepper. I'm still scared of bugs back here. I hate being back here. It's just too close. I feel a little bit claustrophobic. I never knew that I was claustrophobic until recently. I recently got a brain MRI. I'll have to do another video about that to tell you why. But I did not know that I was claustrophobic until I had that MRI, because when you get a brain MRI, they put a cage like over your head. And she even asked me beforehand, are you claustrophobic? And I was like, no, I don't think so. But then when I was in that MRI, I was actually like hyperventilating. They had to pull me out. She pulled me out and she was like, I noticed you were breathing really heavy. Are you okay? I was like, how much longer is it? She was like, it's just 10 more minutes. I was like, okay, fine, put me back in. I'll be brave. But yeah, I think I am a little bit claustrophobic. Maybe not severely, but it was very stressful. I did not like it at all. Okay, I got the eggplant that I was searching for. I'm also gonna grab this Mammoth sunflower head so I can roast some seeds. It's done blooming, so it's ready to be harvested. Look at how big this is. I'm pretty sure this is the biggest sunflower head I've ever grown. This is the most satisfying part, getting all of the little flowers off. I really want to use this one to make roasted sunflower seeds. Don't worry, I'm not going to be eating it like corn on the cob again. If I had harvested this a little bit earlier when the seeds were still very soft, like corn on the cob, then I could have just eaten it like biting into it. I made a short form video of me doing that, and I got roasted in the comments. People did not like that I was eating the sunflower that way. And I think my video just got on the wrong side of the internet. It got on all of the wrong algorithms, because gardeners have actually been eating sunflowers that way for years. Actually, native people have been eating sunflowers that way for probably thousands of years. That video ended up going super viral. It got like, I think 20 million views across all platforms, and the comments got so wild. It's the only video I've ever had to turn off comments for, and the only reason I started turning them off was because I was literally getting death threats in my comments over a sunflower. So don't worry, not doing it again. I'm gonna allow this to dry completely out. Make sure that the seeds dry completely out. Then I'll roast them, salt them. Might even, I don't know, might even experiment, do like a little seasoning, and then eat them the old-fashioned way. Last thing I need to grab is the okra. Totally forgot to film me getting the eggs, but this is what the ladies gave me today. I got 7 eggs. I could have harvested more peppers, but it's getting dark on me, so I think I'm gonna call it. But this is everything I got today. I put everything back in the basket. It's so heavy, but thanks, garden. One thing I do not like about fall approaching is that it's getting darker earlier. I can feel it. Usually I can be out in the garden until like 8:30, 9 o'clock before it gets this dark. And right now it's only 7. It's only 7 and it's like getting too dark to film at this point. I'm ready for the cooler weather. I am not ready for the seasonal depression. But anyways, thank you guys for coming along with me harvesting today. And if you enjoyed this video, which I hope you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Make sure to go follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Substack, and don't forget to check out the Garden Girls podcast. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.